Hi everyone and welcome to the Hermetic Shaman. My name is Jayme, and if you're new here, I am so glad that you have found your way to this space. If you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is a general collective message intended for anyone who feels drawn to it. As always, please take what resonates and gently release what doesn't. If you're interested in a personal reading or a session with me, you'll find the link to my website in the description box below. For those on TikTok, you'll find that right on my profile. And if this message supports you in any way, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and for those on YouTube, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a reading. Alrighty y'all, let us begin. I call upon my full divine counsel in the sacred moment, Yahweh, eternal flame and sovereign creator, Elohim, divine architects of form and frequency, Sophia, Holy Mother of Wisdom, Womb, and Word, Papa Legba, Opener of the Gates, Keeper of the Crossroads, Hecate, Queen of Witches, Guardian of Shadow and Flame, Yeshua, Ascended Master of Unconditional Love and Truth, my beloved ancestors of the blood, spirit, and stars, the Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and the eternal light of my Lyran soul, stand with me now. Surround this space in truth, clarity, and protection. Let every card reveal only what serves the highest path. Let falsehood fall, let wisdom rise. May I be a clear vessel for divine messages. May my words honor both shadow and light. May no harm enter, no distortion pass through. I read as Flamekeeper, Priest, and Sovereign Starseed. I read with purpose, integrity, and divine permission. I open this reading in full trust and alignment. So it is, so it has always been, and so it shall be. Alrighty y'all, we're going to begin with the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud for a hot minute, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. And for those wondering, I'm just using Florida water to cleanse my dice. Universe and Divine Council. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups sideways. And we have the Hermit sideways. There is going to be some kind of truth, some kind of clarity here that is going to be revealed. I think that this truth and clarity is going to sting a little bit with that sword being up. This is giving the energy of, like, somebody here has been withholding some type of information from you. And now that you are going to be finding out about it, I feel like what that hurt and that sting is going to be, it's like, why did you wait until now? Whatever that truth, whatever this, it almost feels like there's some kind of bombshell that's coming out. Somebody here was withholding this information, Page of Cups in the reverse, out of their own selfishness, out of their own greed. This is somebody here who, I only feel like the reason why this is coming out now from this specific individual is because they don't have any choice. Five of Pentacles. This is somebody here who feels like they are outside in the cold, or somebody here who hath a little bit of old English coming out. This is somebody here who has felt betrayed by you and has blamed you for their current circumstances. This is somebody here who is feeling like in their life they're being left out in the cold, like they're being outcasted in some kind of way, and they felt like you were to blame. That's why they held this truth from you, but that truth is going to be evident once you find out, once they finally come clean, because it's like this clicking moment where that's where the stinging, you know, that sting and that pain of finally finding out now something here that was held from you, because you're going to see instantly it's because of the way, it's because of how threatened they felt by you. Either way, I feel like this news is good news. For you. But unfortunately, part of the pain and the sting is also that it was delayed for so long. To the point where, like, this person knew by holding or withholding this information from you, it was going to delay you in some kind of way. Somebody really wanted something to impact you. It's kind of like the energy if they wanted you to feel how they felt. We have the High Priestess here as well. This is somebody here who might have wanted to keep you hidden. This has something to do with maybe some kind of truth you may have spoken. Maybe you were able to peek beyond their veil, or you just have that ability to read people. You know, the library is open type of energy, like you just naturally have that gift of discernment. We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody knew exactly what it is that they were doing. They made this choice. They made this choice to hide you, or to want to try and keep you hidden, to try and lessen, like to make, to make your truth come off as a lie. Like somebody here never wanted people to believe you or to take you at face value for the information that you knew, for the information that you held within. Something here about your divinity, because the High Priestess is not somebody here who, you know, she doesn't need validation from external sources. She gets it directly from the source. You know, she has God on speed dial. A type of energy. Either way, you are headed towards happiness and wish fulfillment. That's what looks like it's coming in here. Somebody here was trying to sabotage this. So, also part of this lie, like somebody knew that it would hurt you had you not found out the truth about something. Like they were intentionally trying to mislead you, intentionally trying to sabotage you, intentionally trying to make sure that they took this away from you. Because they thought that it would incapacitate? The word that I want to say, I can't say right now. Incapacitated is the word I want to say. Like somebody knew this would incapacitate you, that it would hinder you. We have Temperance here, in the reverse. This had to do with some kind of transformation. Whatever this is that was being held from you, it would have made you extremely happy. It would have allowed you the ability to make your dreams come true. But they just didn't want to handle some kind of change. Because Temperance comes in after death, but the fact that Temperance is in the reverse, this is somebody here that's having a difficult time embracing some kind of ending. So they were trying to prolong the inevitable. And it had something to do with you being happy. Maybe this person doesn't want to see you happy. Maybe they feel like you robbed their happiness. I don't know what this person's grudge is with you. For each and every single one of you, it's something different. I do have strong Sag, Aquarius energy here. That could be your signs or their signs. You know, but with this 7 and this Ace of Swords, this is equaling the 8 of Swords. So it's like somebody was trying to confine you to some kind of mental prison. They wanted you to make it feel like you were the issue, you were the problem. Maybe that you weren't good enough, that you weren't worthy. But something here has flipped, because it's almost giving the energy of like, the grave that they try to dig for you is now the ones that they need to lay in. The prison they thought that they were building for you was the own actual manifestation of their own prison that now they're confined to. Because this truth needs to come out. It can't be held back and it can't be delayed any longer. It's time for you to step out with this A hermit. Sideways. You've been in isolation. You've been in retrospection. Right? We already know that you were a little bit in isolation here with the High Priestess. The High Priestess doesn't have many friends. Because she knows not everybody is on her side. Right? Sometimes you gotta keep your circle small. Maybe somebody here was even trying to use that against you. Because maybe you don't have a big circle. But it's time for you to come out of isolation. It's time for you to step out into the world. You have been hidden long enough. You've accomplished your mission here, which was healing your inner child. We have this 10 of Wands here, sideways as well. It's time, it's like somebody was trying to prolong some kind of heaviness in your life, but it's time to let it go, because it was never yours to carry in the first place. It was never your responsibility. We have the Hanged Man and the Three of Pentacles reversed. See, you had to go about this phase of your life that is coming to an end here. You had to go about it alone. Maybe feeling like you truly didn't have anyone by your side. And maybe somebody thought that would be your downfall, or at least that's what they perceived. They perceived that you were on the down and out and that you didn't have anybody in your corner, or so that's how it looked. But you were able to combat something alone, between you and your own divinity. It brought you closer to Source. It helped you find your voice with Source. It also helped reignite your spark of who you actually are. See, this is giving me the energy of whoever this reading is for. Things have had to slip away in your life. Things that were not for you. And it may have felt painful at the time when those things fell away. But that was Source letting you know that that wasn't for you. That was never the life that you were meant to live. So things had to fall away. And somebody here was taking advantage of the fact that you were being reborn in the fire. And instead of supporting you and trying to help you, it was the energy of let them kick you while you were down. And whoever this person is to you, that was the test that helped you finally break some kind of cycle or generational curse here. And that cycle could just be dealing or tolerating or accepting certain energies in one's life. 1303 on the timer. We have the Queen of Cups. This never broke your heart. Like somebody here thought that they were robbing you of your love. But love is infinite. It made you believe and trust in yourself, and it made you rise to the occasion. It strengthened your intuition. And you know, love isn't easy. Especially to be compassionate and to be understanding, but also knowing when it's best to cut off presence. And I feel like you cut this person's presence off from your life. Because you could see the bigger picture here. You could see the bigger picture that the kind of love that this person was seeking and asking for was something that they needed to provide for themselves. And sometimes the best thing that you can do for another individual is to do nothing at all. It's not about getting back, and it's not about payback, not in your eyes, but recognizing that sometimes people need to fall in order to rise. Because you are a clear example of that. For you, you've had this coming home moment. You're not the same person that you were back then. You have shedded the pieces of you, the masks that you would have worn, the different hats. You've shed all of that. Somebody never wanted this to happen. Or somebody doesn't like the fact that you can go through these rebirths, that you can take the lesson out of a situation, that you can still see the positive at the end of the day, that you choose how your story is written. And that's all by perception. And somebody purposely withheld something from you in order to sabotage you. And now that's being given to you, and it's going to lead to you having the ability to have all of your dreams and wishes come true. Universe, please tell us more for the collective. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, with the Two of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Swords. This is going to be about some kind of departure here. It is going to be a time of peace. Maybe somebody here never wanted you to have peace. The Two of Cups in the reverse is about a relationship, family, friend, lover, business, that is not seeing eye to eye, that's at a discord, that is separating. It's the two people who are not on the same page. Every single cup that is here, minus this one, minus the Nine of Cups. But either way, nothing here is upright. Somebody here is not... This could even be a situation here where maybe somebody here has been making you out to be the enemy, as if maybe you were getting in the middle of their relationship. That's for some of you. Somebody here is feeling extremely overwhelmed. Somebody here is receiving some kind of news that they don't want to hear. This could be this thing that I was talking about earlier. But I'm feeling like... I'm feeling like it's whoever did this to you, whoever withheld this from you. Because... See, I think at first... they withheld this from you because of that grudge, like I said. But then as time went on, as you rose above your circumstances, I think this person really started to gain respect for you. And I think their view shifted. And then they were like, oh shit, why did I do that? So then they delayed it even longer by not coming clean. So with this Knight of Cups, it's like they know that time is fast approaching, and they've already missed the deadline. So it's either they come clean, or something external, God's going to make it come clean. And they're not going to like how it's going to happen, because either way, now they know that they definitely have lost you for good. Because I think this is not going to be reconcilable. With this Temperance reverse, I don't think that there's a chance in heaven or hell where you're gonna want to retry or go or try to alchemize something, try to alchemize that relationship. I think that's something here is unforgivable. And maybe that's part of the lesson that they need to learn, because sometimes people need to feel the full weight of their consequences in order for them to truly embrace the lesson. We have the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. That Ten of Pentacles was sideways, and I'm going to take it, because that's what's coming in. Some kind of longevity. Somebody here was... First of all, you are somebody here who takes whatever it is that has been given to you and you make magic with it. The Empress is the individual who takes the seed, right? Keeps it planted. And then she'll birth something new with it. She will transform it. She will alchemize it. That's her power. This has to do with your long-term success, and this also has to do with your family and your soul tribe, and building something here with a legacy. This is leaving a legacy of sorts. Like, somebody here never wanted you to leave a legacy. For some of you, this could even be somebody who purposely withheld some kind of information from you, just so that way... I'm getting another download. I'll get to that one in a second, Spirit. I need to... one train of thought at a time. This could even be somebody here who's been trying to block you from building a legacy. In some kind of way, from leaving your mark. The other download that I got was, for some of you, somebody here could have been the cause and the reason why you went through some kind of separation. With somebody here that you really care for. Maybe there was a relationship here that fell apart and you never really understood why and how it all happened, because it just deteriorated quickly. Maybe it was what this person got in the way of that. Because maybe they were trying to claim that you were getting in the middle of their relationship. I don't know. People's delusions are people's delusions. Or maybe this is somebody, like I said, who held a grudge against you. This could have been somebody here in your family or even in your friend group that held a grudge against you. And they were like, yeah, well, now I'm going to take this away from you. Somebody knows that karma is coming for them. That they have no choice. Because, listen, that prison has already been built. That grave has already been dug. And the universe is like, well, someone needs to fill out the sentence, and it's not going to be the collective. We have the devil reversed. You broke free from toxicity. You know, you changed your behavior when you needed to. You took ownership of yourself, of your life. You're not interested in contracts here that are very self-serving. Something here about breaking free from appearances, because the devil and the upright could be, you know, he's very lustful, that lustful energy here, where it's like, you know, wants you to put on the rose-colored glasses so that way you're not able, you know, he's trying to, like, sell you a pipe dream. But really, it's a Motel 6. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody who's trying to claim that they're selling you a house on the Hamptons, when in all actuality, it's a room in the Motel 6. Like, that's the devil energy. You know, making promises that they cannot keep in order to get you stuck to some kind of contract here where you're indebted to them. But yet, doesn't take ownership of the fact that they lied. You know, and somebody here who will use force at the end of the day. For some of you guys could have been dealing with, like, a shitty landlord. That just came to me. You know, like, somebody was like, yeah, we have the best, da-da-da, but then you have, like, a bedbug infestation, and they're, like, not doing anything about it. Or, you know, that's just an example. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying, like, that's the type of energy here. You know, or you go look at an apartment, and they show you the model apartment, but then when you actually get the keys, your apartment looks nothing like the model apartment. You know what I mean? Like the one that they showed you. We have 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about how somebody here was working against you. Page of Swords. There is some kind of evidence here that is coming out. The confusion here is being cleared up. The confusion is being cleared up with the 7 of Cups in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune reverse and the Magician. This manipulator here is going... like I said, they're going to be receiving karma. And it's once this news drop, once this information gets revealed. 5 of Cups. Somebody here was looking for pity and sympathy, and they were willing to say whatever, to milk something for as long as they could. Three of Swords reversed and the Chariot reversed. Ace of Swords reversed, the Moon reversed, and the Page of Wands with the Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this person that was in high competition with you. This is somebody who really valued your opinion, but to them it's coming across as like hate, but they're the ones that are holding them. It's like they're the ones that put you on the pedestal, was holding you up as a standard, but also wanting to take you down when they realized that they couldn't hit the standard that they set, which was you comparing themselves to you. And so they built something on a lie. This is the implementation of a lie, of dishonesty here with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. And that starts with self. So they built an illusion that they couldn't sustain, and now their loyalty is coming into question. This has to do with you being able to move forward. Like I said, this has to do with your spark, your passion, your drive. Somebody could have actively been attacking your root and sacral chakras. Maybe that was the lie that was implemented here in hopes to try and hold you back. You know, this is somebody here that thought that you were replaceable in their lives. And they're recognizing that no, you're not. That you are actually the answer to all of their problems. Again, I don't know who this person is to you, family, friend, lover, business. But now they're realizing you were not. You were a blessing. So they put you under all these trials and tribulations because they even lied to themselves. That's where that guilt comes in that I said earlier. And now they don't want to own up to it because they know that you will never forgive them. Whew. Strong Cancer, Taurus, Libra, Virgo, Aquarius, Sagittarius energy. Universe, tell us more. What's the tea in this situation? We have Thief and Ego. They decided to take from you because their ego was bruised. You bruised their ego. You triggered them that bad. Universe. What's the tea? Okay. Child services and inside scoop. Somebody here is trying to be all up in your business. Maybe this could have been somebody here who was trying to get your kids taken away from you. Or somebody here that was just trying to report that you were neglectful, that you were abusive. Doesn't even have to be this dramatic. This could even be somebody here that was reporting something even to your friends or to your family. Or this could even been somebody here who was trying to claim, like maybe they have children. They were trying to claim that you were harming their children. There is some kind of photo proof about somebody here trying to kiss your ass. Or there is going to be photo proof that is getting revealed. We did see that with that Page of Swords. And now somebody wants to come in and kiss your ass. Because somebody here took a closer look at you. And they found out that wasn't the case. This could have to do with that couple. Maybe this is a couple that is being separated. And, like, maybe one of them just didn't like you. And maybe this couple is someone here in your family and, like, turned somebody against you. Either there's some kind of photo proof here. Some kind of evidence is getting revealed. Something here cannot be denied. It's going to be a bombshell. I did say that in the beginning. Universe. This has to do with bad habits. The fact that you were stepping into your power and somebody here is running away? Or they feel like you're running away? They feel like you were gonna get away? We have a stalker here? Somebody here could have even potentially sent a stalker here to get information on you? To track you down to find out what you were up to? This is given like a PI? Maybe this could be somebody here who was even trying to claim that you had bad habits? That you were the one with the crack pipe? All because they were so aghast or taken aback by your growth, by you rising, stepping into your power, by you owning yourself, by your authenticity, by your truth. Universe, please tell me more. Either way, this person had a choice. And now they need to own up for that choice. Moving on and fishing for comments. Yeah, you're dodging bullets, escaping crazy people. This could be somebody here that has an underlying mental health condition, maybe one that they refused to treat, or one that they didn't believe that they had. So maybe they created, I don't know, maybe somebody here had a hallucination. Or, I don't know, or a psychotic break in a sense, where maybe they just became paranoid. Somebody here is trying to fish for comments. They were trying to use that against you. But now I feel like this person's now being questioned about maybe why they haven't come forward with the truth. Somebody here is doing the same shit different day. Something here is getting heavy. Maybe this person's going to be revealed for the one with the bad habits? Universe, please help me clarify this. The Two of Swords and the Four of Cups. Somebody here was blinded by what it is that they were chasing. King of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords. Now, somebody here is feeling extremely guilty now for what they did. Maybe somebody here was suffering with some kind of psychosis because, or a bad trip. I don't know. I don't do drugs, y'all. I don't know what it's like. Maybe somebody here had a bad trip. And that led to them thinking irrationally, doing something here stupidly, based on a lie, one that they told themselves, for trying to see something that wasn't really there, and then trying to find evidence to corroborate. Like, somebody here literally lost their mind based off a lie. One that they told themselves, and one that they believed so deeply. And that led them to making poor choice after poor choice after poor choice. And now this person's feeling guilty because it's like they're waking up, they're snapping out of it. Maybe somebody here was going through an episode. Somebody here could be bipolar. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying it's that kind of energy. And even then, you know, mental illnesses have different levels. Different ranges. And now that they snapped out of it, now they're realizing, oh shit, how good of a person you are. How much you didn't deserve that. But I feel like the damage has already been done, and I feel like this person's closer to you than you think. And this is somebody here who has bad habits of their own. You know, people will come up with all crazy ideas, especially for those that like to be alone. You can sit with yourself. Universe, tell me more. The Three of Cups in the reverse. And the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody didn't like something that you were investing in. No, they wanted to rob you of your joy and of your happiness here. Somebody here also wanted you to not remember your past. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, they didn't do their due diligence. This could be somebody here. Maybe this person that even went up against you was somebody here that believed a lie on somebody from somebody else. You know, you get enough enemies in a room together and they'll say whatever they have to say, right, in order to try and take you down because they weren't able to do it by themselves. So it's like a bug was planted in this person's ear by somebody else who already didn't like you. We already caught on to that earlier with this child services and this other relationship. Somebody here put their trust in somebody else. Maybe even over their own family. And now they're suffering with the consequences of that. But they try to scapegoat you to make it seem like you were the one that did it instead of their poor decisions. Take that however it resonates. Universe, please tell us more. Either way, you're dodging bullets here. Because whatever report they put in about you only got them investigated. Somebody here wants you to have an open heart. They want you to be receptive. They want you to take it easy on them. I'm not saying you're going to, I have to tell you what they're thinking. Mistakes. Mistakes. Somebody could be claiming that they were misunderstood, or that, again, that they were a victim of something, but again, they made a choice. And now they need to suffer the consequences. You know, sometimes you can't take everything that everyone takes you at face value. You can't believe everything you hear. You have to do your own due diligence. Maybe that's a lesson this person needed to learn. This is somebody here who lost their soul. We have intuition. This has to do with your intuition, your heart song, your telepathy, your inner knowing, chemistry, and conflict. Somebody here purposely could have created conflict here from somebody that you had chemistry with. And this could just be, like I said, forcing you into some kind of isolation like earlier. We do have some kind of resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. I mean, this person secretly admires you. I mean, we did catch that energy earlier as well. I feel like that admiration has turned into envy and jealousy and greed. We have thinking. Somebody is thinking they're missing you. Yeah, they're receiving their karma, or they're gonna be receiving your karma, and they're gonna know why they're receiving it. Maybe this is somebody here who ghosted you, disappeared on you, became invisible in your life. You know, people can be standing right in front of you and they can ghost you. I've had that happen to me before. Then they wonder why I don't talk to them. Well, you looked at me and you saw right through me. You think I'm gonna come back? We have sorrow. Somebody here is in great sorrow, grief, and depression here. But again, this is the cause and effects of their actions. This is their karma for running away and resisting. This could be somebody here who's a twin flame if you identify with that. And twin flames don't have to be lovers. They could be family members and they can be friends. Twin flames are just soulmates. This could be somebody here that didn't like the reflection that they were seeing in your mirror. So they created some kind of confusion because of their bitterness. See, they didn't even want me to see that. Their bitterness for not committing. Now they're feeling hopeless. This is somebody that didn't follow through on their commitment, their promise with you, their soul contract with you. This was somebody here that was really close to you at one point. That's why this is going to sting, because I feel like there's still a piece of you that will always care for them. I mean, you're only human. Universe, tell us more. We have time, waiting cycles moments, but it came out in the reverse. The wait is over. Time's up. There's been some kind of influences and attachments here. You beat a past life pattern. Maybe this is somebody here who was able to get away with it in your previous lives. Now they want a second chance because they're obsessed. They're obsessed with you, but they can't get over the conflict that they created for you. Either way, collective, somebody here is not taking ownership. They're not. Somebody is running away from their problems. Maybe their bad habits are becoming worse. Maybe the same bad habit that led them to believe a lie about you is the same bad habit that they're using to tell themselves that they'd rather still keep you in your life, even if it means however it is now. Because I feel like the relationship between y'all have already been damaged. But I feel like this is going to be like the final blow. Once you find out what was actually done and said, and what was being purposely withheld. Something was purposely being withheld from you. Because somebody just did not want to see you happy. They thought that you were happy enough, that you had accomplished enough, that you had done enough, and it was their turn to be in the spotlight. So, I don't know what other people are involved in this group, because they obviously wanted the attention and the validation from people that was giving it to you. They wanted the attention that you were receiving. And this is somebody who could have used third parties to go up against you too. Like I said, maybe they could have found other enemies, or they made enemies to come after you. They turned people against you. And you had to fight on all fronts. But it brought you closer to your divinity. And you ended up shedding the pieces of you that you were always meant to shed in the first place, so that the real you could rise from the fire, renewed and reborn. Universe, please tell us more. Excuse me. We have outdated. This has to be with some kind of outdated thinking. This could be like, I don't know, sexism, ageism, homophobia, all of the above. I don't know, it's like that old school way of thinking. You know, that thinking of, you're this, so you must be this, or you're this, you must be that. Like, this is all about stereotypes. Somebody here is just toxic. And they run away from their problems. They run away from their problems. You know, maybe this is a pattern this person does. And you broke the pattern. You were like, all right, well, you don't want to take accountability? Then I don't need to acknowledge your existence. And it's in that silence, like I said, I think it was in yesterday's reading, your silence speaks louder than words. We have betrayal. This has to do with some kind of deceit. Traitors, this is somebody that's unworthy of your trust. Somebody that's just a hater who wanted you to check yourself. They wanted to put you in your place because of their own insecurities that they are unwilling to confront. They hate nothing about you. I'm sorry, but I find that really hard to believe. Maybe they don't hate anything about you now, because now they've seen the truth. Now they know who you are. Now that they've been enlightened. But somebody was just trying to fulfill some kind of fantasy, putting on a show. A pregnancy test is involved here that's being thrown out, or maybe somebody is going to be finding a pregnancy test in the trash. I don't know, but somebody here is being thrown out, or somebody here is just receiving some kind of negative result to some kind of test. This could be a health test, a medical test. Somebody was trying to keep you a secret. Because they were fulfilling a fantasy. Maybe they didn't want people to know that they were... the biggest part for me about this whole situation is they purposely wanted to take you down a peg. They wanted to put you in check. Or whatever. 6:16 p.m. right now. They wanted to put you in your place. They wanted to put you in check. But yet they also didn't want other people to know that they were still kind of relying. So it's like they were backstabbing you behind your back, but yet still acting like they were your friend to your face. Using information against you, but also reaping still some kind of benefit. They were trying to keep a promise. Keep a promise to who? To what? For what? Universe, tell me about this keeping a promise. I'm already seeing a lot of Cups energy, and I'm not liking it. We have Queen of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Cups. Five of Pentacles reverse. The Knight of Swords. In the World. They were trying to keep a promise so that something here wouldn't end for them. Maybe this is a deranged, delusional promise they made to themselves, or this could even be keeping a promise. This could even be somebody here who made a false contract. Oh, maybe somebody here sold a piece of their soul. Maybe somebody here was promised something in return if they were to aid and help you in this, that they would receive some kind of benefit. The Queen of Cups reverse is somebody whose emotions are all over the place, very highly emotional, waterworks, tears. This is definitely somebody here who's older, who has built their life. So this is somebody here who has been enabled their whole life. This is not somebody here that's young. This isn't like a temper tantrum from a teenager. This is like a temper tantrum from a grown-ass adult. You know, because they didn't get their Fruit Loops. They were still trying to keep something together for themselves. off of your back, off of your work, off of betraying you, whatever they were promised was helping them fulfill some kind of promise that they made to themselves. Maybe to aid, to pick somebody over you. Y'all need to tell me how this plays out. Because that's strange energy. Like, what is this? Like, somebody here who... for example, like, is this somebody in your family, like a sibling, who picked, like, their spouse over their own family so that they took some kind of payout here to help go up against you based on a lie that they heard? Or a lie that was told to them, that was fed to them in order for them to turn against their own family? But they had to keep a promise to their spouse? Like, that's what this is giving. Like, I don't understand this whole thing, keeping a promise. I mean, I cannot, for the life of me, understand people who are trying to fulfill a fantasy. Because oftentimes, it's delusion. And it's not my job to make sense of people with delusions. It's between them and their therapist. Well, either way that information's coming out, it cannot be withheld any longer. Alrighty, y'all. We are going to close out this reading. Universe. Final message for the collective, please. We have guidance 33. Guidance is all about learning to communicate with your soul and discovering and manifesting your purpose. Ganesha is worshipped and adored by the Triumphus, or the Trinity of Hinduism, which is made up of Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. The story goes that during the period of dissolution, the water and wind were demolished and the earth evaporated. Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva wandered the earth to determine what was causing this dissolution. The gods discovered a huge aura of light where Ganesha was enshrined. The Trimurthas immediately bowed to Ganesha in reverence and began to worship and praise him. They requested that Ganesha bless him. Ganesha entrusted the gods with 3 separate duties. Vishnu is the preserver, Shiva is the destroyer, and Brahma is the creator. Guidance is based on communication. The soul can send you messages through symbols, synchronicities, hunches, sudden inspiration, dreams, and even direct channeling. Consciously connecting with your guides, heightening your psychic abilities, and fine-tuning your skills to be present and to pay attention are all important parts of learning to receive guidance. As you open up, your soul begins to communicate your inner purpose for you this lifetime. When you learn to hear and recognize its promptings, your life starts to take on a magical quality. Remember that you can ask Ganesha to support you in creating a raised awareness. Make a point to look at spirituality from new perspectives that may be unfamiliar to you. Be willing to talk to people whose experiences and beliefs are different from your own. You may need to move out of your comfort zone in order to do this. You will be all the richer for it. If you are concerned about getting true information about your personal life from a psychic or intuitive, you can prepare for it by asking from your heart to receive information that is for the highest good. Be sure your motivations are pure. You can ask the psychic to channel the words that your own soul wants you to hear to further your spiritual growth. Rely on your intuition and your inner knowledge, rather than your intelligence or conscious mind. Watch for synchronicities and opportunities. Trust your instincts and pay attention, as your messages can turn up from a variety of sources. Be attentive to your dreams. You may want to keep a dream journal. Synchronicities are likely now. It is possible that a pleasant surprise will be coming your way soon in regard to your work. This could even be a new job opportunity. The gods Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma may represent the different male energy in your life. Engage in the energy of men in your life or in the energy of the Trimurthas to assist you with the task at hand. Somebody does not like your divinity in the way that you receive guidance. And that's what their grudge was against you this whole time. You thinking, or them walking around saying, oh, the collective thinks that they're holier than Tao. No, you're not holier than Tao. You have just accepted your own divinity. The same divinity that everyone has within them. You just owned yours. And somebody is jealous and mad and holding a grudge because they can't take yours away from you instead of them just becoming their own. Anyways, that is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.